All my BlackBerry children, come on in. File in. We're going to have a BlackBerry video today. We're going to make it dual purpose because they're going to be unboxing a BlackBerry Pearl 8130 that Christopher, a viewer of the channel, subscriber, was nice enough to send me, which was absolutely fantastic. Thank you again for that. It is so cool. I have a BlackBerry Pearl. I have a red one that we did a video on the channel, but you know I like my devices new. That was not a new one. It was kind of a beat up one. They said it was sort of new when it came with the wrapper half off and no box and all the rest of it. I like to get my classic devices, especially the older ones, new. So the fact that he had an extra one of these, you would buy two, and I get it. You know, back in the day, you buy a couple of them, something goes wrong, use them for a million years. That's certainly something. He had his extra one that he never activated because we went right to the, what'd you say? You went right to the Q10 or something like that? So you were able to skip over the extra one of these and was nice enough to send it to the channel. So we're going to unbox it here, brand new, which is awesome. But we're also going to use it as an opportunity just to check in with everybody. It feels like it's been forever. I know we've talked about Unihertz Titan stuff, but the more I see the videos on the Titan Slim, I can't imagine that that's something that you want to have in your hold in your hand, or something that would even remotely give you the BlackBerry feel and experience that we were used to. So let me know. I know a lot of you had messaged in that you went for iPhone because of the security and the ease of use, and some of you went Pixel, and some of you have just moved on to, whatever it is, a carrier pigeon, whatever you've moved on to. Let me know in the comment section below. But just to check in with my Cyclone, if you were here for the live stream, you know what the Cyclone is for the BlackBerry people, as they were picking us off one by one, deactivating that evening. But let's go ahead and open this one up. This is a Sprint. CDMA version of this came out in 2007. The GSM version had come out the year before. It 32 megabytes of RAM, 64 megabytes of storage. That's when you were getting beefy devices back then. And this was fun BlackBerry, right? This is when you had Surface Books and all the rest of it just to get the thing online. So that's when you really had to sit there and go to the store, get stuff activated, and then you could get all set to go there. But I love getting this stuff new. Even the old tech stuff, I love getting it new. But you got proper books. Look at this. The nice Sprint logo. They got the CD, BlackBerry user tools. We'll use that maybe in a member video. That's pretty cool, actually, to get that. That might be a member video. Got the device itself, which I had taken out of here for a second. Travel charger. Folding blade travel charger. We're going to check that out. Headphones. We got the mini USB. We weren't quite the micro USB in 2007, so mini USB connector. And then this is what I was actually really looking forward to, believe it or not, because the one I got was used up and trash because it had been exposed to the air and it was whatever else. So to get one of these, oh yeah, look at that. Fantastic. The little slip case here for it, and that's in great shape, brand new. I'm going to be able to use that, not rubberized or whatever happens to the old stuff. Let's take a look at the device. Now I'm going to look at that folding blade charger as well. To put that to the side, we're going to charge it in a minute. So here we go. Oh yeah, get that nice peel. I like the black. I like the red one too, but I really do like the black one. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I guess some of the... Did that come off over time? Oh, no, it's just part of the... Okay, no, okay. We got... Oh, I like that. That's not just... That's like a slate black. That's actually really nice. Where was the battery, actually? I should have... the prep that we do. All right, let's see if it's in here. Oh, we're going to have to destroy this box. Most organized unboxing you've ever seen. There we go. So we got the blade folding the travel charger, which is cool. So not only you get the original charger, you got the extra charger as well. So we got, here it is. Battery at the bottom there. Almost forgot. Now this one was listed as mini SIM, but I don't think that's the case. I think we were still ESNs and all the rest of it on the CDMA network at that point. I doubt this is going to have a charge after however many years in the box, but I really like that slate color. Of course, you're looking at SureType, which you either loved or hated for the most part. You got the Pearl wheel here, the trackball, which is quite nice, which was good because it saved you your thumbs at that point. Coming from your 7000 series, just sitting there, just pushing anything. And when, the worst thing, if you remember on the 7000 series, when those wheels started to go bad and you were sitting there like really jamming your thumb in there in order to get stuff selected, there was nothing more annoying than that. So when they came along with this, that was an experience and a half. Just to be able to kind of trackball around and push stuff, that was a really nice experience. So let's put it on, okay? Let's see if there's any juice. I doubt it. We're going to cut it here if there's not. We're going to power this one up. We're going to get some charge in here. And then we're going to talk about the state of what you guys are doing with BlackBerry in general. Let's give the once around, all right? The volume up and down. We've got the... What was that key there? I forget, actually, on this now. Oh, the mute to your profiles key. Kind of the mini USB headphone jack. All this size. And still a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. You think about the full functionality that this phone allowed you. Navigation, had turn-by-turn navigation, had GPS, had email, web browsing, all the stuff that you could do. MP3, there was video recording on here that you could do. Headphone jack, in a device this small. Yet other devices come in like this that they can't give us all the features. But they got to take features away. I'll tell you. All right, let's try it here. Power it up. Let's see if that, what, it would be 15-year-old battery holds a charge. No good. Okay, so we're going to charge it. We'll come right back and we're going to chat. And we got it powered up, as you can see here. Nice and clean design. Just fantastic. I almost forgot the expansion slot on the side there, as well as your convenience keys and your profile keys and all the rest of it. And you can see that Sure type system there, which I personally turn off. I find it easier to just go ahead and do the almost T9 type texting with this device, with the Pearl. But it was just super neat. $199, $199 back in the day with the 2-year contract, which was pretty standard for your higher function devices. That was, remember when the device never went above $200? It seemed like, depending on, unless you were getting one of those super rugged kind of weird devices, it was always $199 with the 2-year contract to get your device. That was nice. They still do now they do 3-year contracts, and the devices are $1,000. So it's not like we moved on from that. It was like, oh, we got away from contracts for a while. Now they lock you in with the payment for 3 years instead of 2, and they're still charging you all that money on top of it. So at least back then, $200 and your 2 years, and you were set to go, and you got a nice quality device like this. 2.25-inch display, and it was amazing what we could get done on a display of that size back then. So you had your shortcuts on the side, which you had for the Pearls. You had kind of the splash screen, a Sprint type splash screen. We had messages, calendar, address book. You could get your entertainment, you get your music, your MP3s, setup wizard, and then of course you can get the regular looking BlackBerry screen where you have messages, calendar, BBM, rest in peace, brick breaker, all the stuff that you'd expect on a BlackBerry device of this vintage, which is really cool to just get back into and see again and just to mess with it. Let's go into the camera. It takes a second. Battery too, no flash use because the battery's too low, but look at that resolution. I think the display size was actually, I think the resolution was 260 by 240. So you were really making use of that just over 2-inch display. But it was just really neat back when we were making phones smaller, and you still had to have all the functionality. You didn't get a pass for making the phone thinner or smaller. It had to be thinner and smaller, and also have all the functionality that you'd expect. I remember reading one of the reviews at the time saying, well, you don't really want this for turn-by-turn navigation because it's a little tough in the car to be able to see that small display, but just kind of neat if you're walking around. That's something this compact. Let's put it up next against that S22 Ultra again. Look at that. S22 Ultra versus this guy, 2007. State-of-the-art, really neat design. If you were somebody who could get used to that keyboard, this is really something you want to have in your pocket. And I love the maroon one that I have, that Merlot-looking one. But I didn't know that this was a slate color. And I think it's sharp. This is the one that I'm going to be carrying around. And up until the summer, really, you could get these activated on Red Pocket. They would let you do it on the Sprint network. Anymore, no. Since March 31st, they've turned that off of 2022. They're not allowing that anymore, which is a shame because I really would like to have carried this around. I still might find some use for it. I'll charge it up, see how the battery's doing, put it on my brand new pouch here, and this will be my little BlackBerry that I carry around. But let me know what you guys have been doing. Let me know if you moved on. Like I said, if you went to iPhone, just gave up completely. And I just don't. I want to believe in the Unihertz. I want to believe that the Titan Slim is going to do it. It's going to give us something that'll at least tide us over for a little while, and for a few years. But I just don't. The more I see it, the more I realize kind of the direction. I just don't see that happening. I think it's pretty much. I think for the most part, unless somebody new, some fresh blood comes in there, or like a big name, like a Samsung or a Motorola or a Nokia, or somebody takes a big swing at it with a brand name that you could kind of get behind and kind of mass production of a device. I just don't see BlackBerry coming back anytime soon or doing that well. I tried to get on my Passport. If you're still using a BlackBerry device, let me know how you're getting on, especially in the United States. I know overseas it's probably a heck of a lot easier to use it. I tried to get back on my Passport the other day. I had a SIM in it, put a Red Pocket SIM in it. No going. I couldn't get connected. And that was not the one that I had with the BBID. It's the one that I took the BBID off of it. So, but hang in there. I appreciate all of you sticking around, even though there hasn't been a heck of a lot of BlackBerry content. We'll always do keyboard phone stuff. We're going to have the Unihertz Titan phone here. We're always going to be looking back at these older BlackBerry devices like the Pearl from 2007 because it's fun. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Channel sponsor, don't forget, LongIslandWatch.com. Link in the description. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.